You smell it? I thought they cleaned that up dog, but it's...
No, you mustn't have shard.
Nah, it's the up dog in here.
What a dickhead.
Hello everyone, 6am here. Now, we want to do an episode this morning
That's why we're not stoned. We're never stoned.
People think we're stoned.
I know.
We're just tired.
We get up at 5 a.m. to record this because we're so committed
because we love you guys.
to the people.
We want to tell you what's going on in the world of video games. And today, Gabe Newell, which currently lives in New Zealand. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, he moved to New Zealand during the COVID times.
I think it's because of COVID.
No, it is. It's actually quite funny. He moved there because... No, sorry, he was on holiday there. And then COVID kicked off. And he's like, I really like New Zealand. And now he's moving a lot of Valve's operations to New Zealand.
I mean, the thing is, like, how's he going to survive? Like, he needs to work, Gabe. Like, he can't just sit at New Zealand for the rest of his life. He needs the money so badly, so he needs to get back to work in New Zealand, which he has been doing recently at a school in New Zealand. He was doing a little talk, making a few hints about potential console in the future. We have more information on that in terms of maybe Valve Steam is actually getting into the console market. All this and more after the drop. Oh god, that up dog, man. That up dog. Woo!
I like portable gaming. It works for me. I like lying in bed and playing games. I don't have a TV in my room because I like to turn off when I go to bed. And my version of turning off is not using the TV, but it's actually playing Switch for 3 hours.
Just turning
because
the
I like to
Switch on.
disconnect. I really like to unwind.
Get away from technology.
Light the candles. I put a book next to my bed and never read it, and I play my Switch.
And look, portable gaming has been a huge part of the industry since pretty much the get-go with, of course, the Game Boy back in the day with Nintendo, and you know they've kind of done a whole revolution and brought it all the way back, of course, in 2016 with the Switch. We've also seen PlayStation also try with, you know, the Vita and stuff. We've seen other companies want to do this too, and it's been relatively successful, I think, throughout the decades in terms of putting games in people's hands and making it portable. And it seems like Steam is looking to do that too, and we are going into a more faster digital age. God, I feel like a boomer now. But, you know, we are seeing streaming happening, and the more games that we are able to play on our mobile or in a portable way, I think it's going to be a big win in the future. And I think Steam and Gabe, Lord Gabe, knows this.
Ars Technica broke a story regarding this potential handheld ambitions. They say video game and hardware studio Valve has been secretly building a Switch-like portable PC designed to run a large number of games on the Steam PC platform via Linux. And it could launch, supply chains willing of course, by year's end. The article goes on to say Pavel Jundik, an operator on Steam database, spotted a change in Steam's code, which pointed to a new device named SteamPal. This device is a derivative and previously discovered code term, Neptune, which began appearing in September of last year and came with a Neptune-optimized games string. At the time, curious code crawlers thought that the discovery referred to some type of controller. This gets kind of interesting because, as we said earlier, Gabe Newell did a talk at a school in New Zealand, and one of the students asked him about Valve's console ambitions. He there dodged a question about Valve's plans for future video games on consoles with an indirect answer. He says, you will get a better idea of that by the end of this year, and it won't be the answer you expect. You'll say, aha, now I get what he was talking about.
Now, we should also point out that this isn't Steam's or Valve's first rodeo in terms of hardware. But hardware. They did the Half-Life Alyx. They did they did the Valve Index, which it's sold out all the time, but has been extremely popular. They've also done
and it's basically the best VR platform.
Hands down.
Yeah. As widely recommended, yeah.
It's in terms of their technology, in terms of finger tracking and all that kind of stuff, it is leading the way in some respects. I also think, you know, the way that they've tried to bring Steam into the console market in a slight light fashion. In terms of those things that sit next to your TV, you can plug it in directly and you can play some games directly onto your TV. They've also done the Steam controller too, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that in the future they want to continue their hardware journey and do other things in that space. But I'm a little bit surprised to see, you know, a portable Switch device. You think it's going to be just purely streaming. I wonder if it's going to be a lot more of a powerful Switch. You know, it is 2016 that Switch came out. Is this going to be something that's twice as powerful, maybe 3 times as powerful, and you can play a vast majority of the Steam games on a Switch-like device?
I'm of the mind that if this product is to be successful, this product category, a portable PC, it needs to be either modular, so you can upgrade it with your own parts.
That's never going to happen.
Which I think for it to be mainstream popular is just You can't do that because your everyday user won't want to do that. The problem with it not being modular is that, if you buy a PC within 12 to 18 months, it's already not the best it can be. You buy a PlayStation.
But that's the same with Switch, right? And Switch is still selling like hotcakes.
It's different because all the games are optimized for Switch. They know the architecture, they know what they're building for because it's releasing on the Switch. Whereas if it's going to be releasing on Steam, it can be releasing on machines with 3080s, or it can be releasing on fucking calculators.
Oh, 960s. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, but that's been a problem, I think, from the get-go on PC, and they've made it work, with different types of graphics cards and processors and whatever. They're able to actually get it working across the board, and this just may be another thing that slots in between that.
Sure. That's option one. I don't think that's very likely, but I obviously could be very wrong. I think what would make much more sense is that if Steam leveraged their users' libraries and they basically did a GeForce Now or they did an xCloud and they said, hey, you've got your entire games library here. It's playable on this dedicated handheld with a 5G connection that will stream your entire library wherever you are. Very stably. 5G's at a very good point now.
Very stably.
Yeah.
Totally stably.
It's going to be the most amazing, tremendous... no, but...
I hear what you're saying.
I think... Sorry, but let me just finish. I think that would make the most sense, and I think that would be an extraordinarily interesting proposition. xCloud's portable nature demands that you have a controller with you, or that you have a special controller attachment, or there's a level of inelegance about it. xCloud's amazing. We tried it. It works really well. But I don't want to carry a controller around with me.
I hear what you're saying. I think the major problem here is I can either invest $300, for instance, or $200 US in a portable device from Steam to get a streaming capable console, or a console just like the Switch does in terms of you're able to actually play games that don't have, 5G enabled. Or I can just pick up my phone and just buy a $29.99 controller and attach it to the sides and use it. Now, you may say that it's inelegant, fine, but a lot of this, what's going to be popular is going to be dictated by price sometimes. And I think that is the main hurdle of whatever this console's going to be. And I just hope that Steam is able to do something that makes it really compelling to buy that product.
Well, look, let's just say it does come out, it does exist, and it comes out at the end of the year. What do you want to see out of a Steam machine or a Steam handheld?
It's hard because I feel like I've already got my phone that does everything I want to do through Steam Link, if I'm being honest. If I have a 5G connection, I can kind of already play. Or if I want to not rely on that, I've already got the Switch. And you said before off camera that you have most of the games that you want to play anyway on Switch. So there's no need at the moment that you've ever felt for a portable device. So it's hard to even know what I really want to see from this.
Yeah, look, I think it's important to not underestimate just the sheer catalog of games on Steam. The Switch has a fraction of the games that are available on Steam. And I'm not every gamer. Like, what I like is not what the market likes. So, I think it's important to understand how big Steam is. It's been around for a long time.
2001, I think.
It's got a vast catalog of games and people like them. There's amazing indies on Steam that people would like to have on a little handheld that would work beautifully. There are people who want to play big budget AAA experiences on a handheld. So I think it's important not to underestimate the market's, desire for something like this. It depends on how they go about executing it. So to answer my own question, what I want to see out of a Steam machine or a Steam handheld or a Steam PAL, as they're calling it, I think in order for this to be successful, it needs to be geared towards streaming. I think it needs to be in a position where it doesn't matter how outdated the chipset in the device is, it's all about what's being broadcast to it. If Valve can leverage the power of, the vastly increasing speed of 5G networks and just have a machine with a great screen, really tight controls, good speakers, a headphone jack, and it can broadcast games from Steam servers to you with really high fidelity, with low latency, they would never have to update the chipset. They just put it out.
It would.
You know what I mean? It's, you buy, look, NVIDIA releasing graphic cards every year. Sure, you don't have to upgrade every year, but every year, hardware is progressing. But when it's being broadcast to you, it's sort of just staying current all the time.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think if it is streaming, again, I can now play most of my games. In terms of we shouldn't underestimate the amount of a library and the catalogue of games on the Steam. The main thing that is necessary for this device that may come out is it just needs to be controller compatible. It's the same with a phone. If it's controller compatible, I can buy one of those controllers and attach it to the side. Well, I think that the smarter play here would probably have been just to fatten out their offering of Steam Link. Steam Link currently, you can play it over a 5G or a 4G network. A 5G network is preferred, but of course it works best when you're home under your own Wi-Fi. It sounds to me maybe that it would have been better if they just kind of offered that service in a lot more of a cloud-based offering that really competes with what Xbox is doing. So again, we don't know what this is. This is still very much a concept that sounds like it's going to market if there actually is going to be an announcement this year, but really we don't really know what this looks like yet. I'm excited to see it though, because I do love portable gaming. They definitely have the money so let's just see if they're actually able to use that money and that influence to enter the portable market. We'll have to see. But until next guys, take time. Out Layman.